Well, here we are, episode 2 of Keeping Austin Queer. And you know we gotta bop it out. Isn't it fun?
It is really fun.
I know, I love it. Well, welcome
so glad to be here.
episode 2 of my podcast. And I want to introduce to you Brooke.
Hi.
Hi. She is a very good friend of mine, pretty much since the entirety of me living in Austin, I would say, very early. And we hang out all the time, and we laugh a lot, and I feel like you experience a lot of fun things in life, as we both do, and we just always come together and tell the most hilarious and off the wall, I feel like, stories that we experience. And I think, honestly, too, it's like, I think you're obviously a part of, you know, a reason behind the message behind my podcast, where, you know, connecting through colorful conversations and realizing that no matter what your sexual preferences is or identity, that we all deal with life, you know, we all go through the same.
It's all pretty similar.
It's all pretty similar. So no need to be hateful or discriminate because we, you know, go through a lot of the same things, right?
Absolutely.
So welcome, Brooke. And what we decided that we were going to talk. So Brooke, you said you are the B in the LGBTQ plus, which I love. And you know, you honestly, I remember when you I wouldn't say recently, but you came out to me at a cute little wine bar out in Dripping Springs, where, of course, me and Jason are getting married. So I love that spot. And it was very sweet in a sense, only because I'm always the one outing myself sometimes to everyone, or, you know, maybe I get it. Maybe they know, maybe they don't know. And I didn't really have clearly an idea for you with you. You know, sometimes the B isn't always so loud and out there and obvious, I would say, right?
Well, I think there's so much I can't speak to bisexual men, but I think especially for bisexual women, it's, are you gay enough?
Right.
And like, there is such this thing where it's like, no, but I like both, but am I gay enough to say that I'm bisexual? Maybe, maybe not.
Right.
And for me, it was very much feeling like I had a good support system around me. And I had finally reached a point in my life where I was like, you know, I don't feel like there's anyone around me that would turn me away or be upset in any type of way with finding this out. So.
Right. And I'm so glad you found that person in me, because it was weird to see, not weird, but it was unusual for me to have that experience of someone coming out to me, because I'm always doing that, I feel like, on my end. So thank you for trusting in me. Thank you for sharing that with me. And I'm excited that you get to live your full authentic self without having to worry or question it. So
Same.
You know, let's give that a round of applause. All right. Well, we decided we're going to talk about the holidays are around the corner, right? We got Thanksgiving in a couple weeks, and obviously Christmas, New Year's. I can't believe it. We're already like, what, November 8th?
Every time we get to this point of the year, I'm like, oh, we're here.
Oh, we're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I felt like a good topic to talk with you about would be the holidays and what we experience through the holidays with being single, being in a relationship, friends, family, etc. Because again, we all go through somewhat similar, I mean, as you'll see, similar situations in life throughout the holidays. So So talking about, let's just get into it. So my experience, majority of my life, because I've been with obviously a few boyfriends, I don't
Yeah.
think I ever got serious enough with majority of them to meet the parents and the family and all that sort of stuff. I love Jason's family and very, very close with them. And I will be spending majority of my, or have, and will be spending majority of my holidays with them. Because they're super close. My family, as you know, lives in
Yeah.
Florida, so it just makes it a lot easier for me and travel and work and etc. And it's fun. So, but before that, when you were single, that would be a time where you go back to your home,
You go back to your hometown, depending on how long you've been dating the person. You are maybe going to meet their friends and family for the holidays, and you're trying to figure out how to integrate your schedules in a crazy timeline of events.
Right.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And in whether you are single and you go out, or you're like, okay, you know what? I feel like people go to their hometowns like, let me see if I'm going to hook up with the same.
Let's see who's still available.
Let's see who's still available. Let's see who is brand new, and I can, spin around on that and then go for it, So I feel like it's coming together with some old friends or potentially new ones and just kind of going balls to the wall, right?
It's, the night before the holidays,
It's the night to go out.
It is. It is.
Because you're going to spend all the rest of your time.
It's just your family at that point.
It's just your family at that point.
Yeah.
And if they are not the fun family, then it ain't fun sometimes at all. And it's stressful.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. The kids are screaming. Your parents sometimes are fighting.
We've got the uncle that's giving out some conspiracy theory.
What else do you got?
Oh, what is the rest of like my family holidays? It's usually those. There's always games.
Yeah.
There's always someone trying to cheat.
Games, trying to cheat, movies, over amount of drinking, of course.
That's sometimes the only way you can get through that much time with your family.
Family drama, family tea,
geez.
Right?
It's when you learn all the family secrets. You get grandma just a little bit buzzed. And by the end of the night, she's telling you all about all the things from 20 years ago that you never knew.
Talk about Ancestry.com. Give grandma a little bourbon and she starts singing like a canary. So, all right. Well, what's been your experiences single on the holidays? Have you had any, were you going back to the good old faithful Tommy from high school and, hitting that back up? Or were you just
honestly
going out with the girls and seeing what new fish you can catch?
I think the last few years, I have been really embracing spending the holidays, sometimes even by myself.
Nice.
I've been embracing it. I enjoy my time by myself, and it allows me to go do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And, of course, I would love to have a partner to spend the holidays with and, hopefully like their family.
But
that doesn't always happen.
No.
And so sometimes we've got to work with what we've got.
Yes.
And so I know for Christmas some years, I've gone out to the Driscoll and I've ended up meeting people while I'm out.
Okay.
And, or we've got one of my personal favorites. It was the same year that I went to the Driscoll on Christmas Eve. I went to a show over at the Continental.
Nice.
And some guy, he comes over, he starts chit-chatting with me and, we're talking about who we like in music and I'm saying, I love all of my girly pop artists. At this point I was like, oh, it's Miley Cyrus, it's Kesha, it's Taylor Swift, it's, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I ask him oh, well, what do you listen to? And, he gives me whatever standard response. And he's like, yeah, I don't really listen to female artists.
What?
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Say that again.
That was really what you're telling me, a woman, that you don't really like or listen to female artists? anyone.
Yeah, but you know what? What I'm thinking about is, do men on the holidays actually like try to like shoot their shot genuinely? Or they're,
Yes.
you think so?
I have
mean,
had several.
oh, but I mean, like, to like actually date and like have a relationship.
Well,
and
that's
care.
a very different question. I think
Right.
that guy was just looking for a very different type of girl than what I am.
Okay.
He is looking for Kayla,
Kayla.
my favorite little name, Kayla. And he's looking for the girl
Mm-hmm. And
that is
where
going
was
to
your
hear
hometown
that
again?
out in Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas.
He is looking for Kayla that is going to hear that and be like, you know what? I think women in power are bad too. You're right. And that just isn't me.
And meanwhile, crickets are chirping. Oh my God. All right. Well, so then what about the guys that actually stick the landing?
Oh, none of them have.
None of them.
Not over the holidays, at least.
No.
No.
Well, I think it's a quick, like, my point is that I think it's just like a quick trying to get, you know,
Honestly,
the goodies.
my new question that I am planning to start asking people, because I was not asking this,
Okay.
how old are you?
Oh, you weren't asking that?
Well, when you're meeting people out and about, like
Yeah.
it's a little bit different than when you're meeting someone on the apps and you have all their stats right there.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you're talking to someone, you can get a general idea of how old they are based on
True.
context clues, or maybe they even outright tell you, but not everyone does.
No.
And that's been like my new thing that I'm taking forward is like asking people, so how old are you?
I think I asked that within the first few sentences, honestly. And not to, I mean,
Yeah.
and probably it's different from guy to guy versus guy to girl. But so what has been your eye-opening experience now asking that question versus when you weren't?
Well, we haven't started yet.
Oh, you
but
haven't. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There are just some though
Well,
that you realize.
what are you
that,
expecting out of it? And what are you hoping that it changes some sort of perspective?
Oh, well, I think it's just good to know going into it. Cause there was like one guy that I found after the fact and I was like, oh, you are 15 years older than me. No,
Okay.
I can't do that.
What is your threshold?
Honestly, I feel like 10 years above is like the highest that I'll
Okay.
go. But even at that, like if you are reaching that limit, like you need to be at my level. Because there are so many guys that I go out with though that have been like 10 years older than me. And I'm just like, geez.
Wow.
But then younger, because I'm now at the age where I can go younger and it's not super creepy.
Yeah.
But there is a threshold for that too.
Obviously.
Because there's a point where it's like, ooh, this feels a little bit predatory.
Mine was always 5 up, 5 down. I don't know where I came up with that, but for me, I was like, I feel like that's pretty.
I feel like as I get a little bit older, I'll start adopting that. Right now, I'm still willing to go up to around 40,
Okay.
but my youngest is 26.
Got it.
Like younger than 26.
Not 25.
25 is rough. I mean,
So they changed from 25 to 26.
look, I am not going to say if I met a 25-year-old that like really seemed like emotionally and like they were able to show up and do all the things and
Yeah.
maybe they're 25 and 11 months.
Okay.
But honestly, even it feels weird.
Got it. Well, I'm here for the 40-year-old.
We weren't in high school at the same time.
Right. No, I get it. Trust me. I don't like,
Which like also makes me question why I'm willing to go that much higher above me, but that's for another day.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, what about family? So you said
family.
we've talked about, so you obviously, holidays, I feel like honestly, those are just one night stands. Let's be real. I don't think I think everyone's on pause. It's either you're booed up or you're
in holiday purgatory.
yeah, you're in holiday purgatory. You're either booed up, and doing the holidays like in a relationship, or you're on pause.
You're back home. You don't even live there anymore. Who knows where that other person lives?
Right. So you're just getting by.
Yeah.
Right. Until spring.
Yeah.
But if you are in a relationship, and that's a whole nother bag of worms, I would say, in the sense that you either meet the other person's, family, and you hang out with them, which you don't even know what that looks like because only you really know your family.
Whenever you start to go do an overnight with your partner's family, ooh, that is when you really learn what you're getting into. Not just like the casual afternoon out at the brewery. It's when you go spend the night.
Yes.
And multiple nights, especially.
I think that's what you should do before getting to the holidays, because the holidays are a little bit more of a commitment, I would say.
That's true.
Right?
I would say
more
so.
time, more intimacy in a way with family, and you're sharing traditions. You're, in a cozy kind of environment. There's kind of obviously the whole we love each other aspect behind it all. And you really want to make sure you're kind of, in it with the right one. I think what you mentioned earlier was you're not just, you got to remember, you're not just dating your person, but you're also dating their family in a way.
And, and sometimes that might be their friends, but absolutely, the people close into their life, it makes a huge impact on your relationship with that person, I would argue.
Yeah, and I've been around some family members that clearly were not conscious of what they were saying or stories they were telling.
Oh, yeah.
Or just gave 0 Fs about, the conversation and who was in the room.
Oh, yeah.
And you just got to either squirm or swallow the frog.
And it's one thing whenever it's your family. It's a different thing whenever it's someone else's.
Okay. Do you have a story?
Oh, I do.
Oh, no. Okay.
So
let us have it.
This isn't my dating experience.
Okay.
It's my brother's mother-in-law.
Okay.
But I did have the realization of being like, oh my gosh, I forgot what it could be like to have a mother-in-law like this. Because it does happen. It does happen.
It does.
And
so you're thinking to yourself, thank God
this woman is not my mother-in-law and I don't have a mother-in-law like this.
All right.
I am living a good life if I do not have a mother-in-law like this.
No. Does a mother-in-law or father-in-law or any family member have such a heavy impact on whether you continue to move forward with someone?
I think it depends on how your partner reacts to
the situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, is
like
your partner
supportive of?
Yeah. Are they backing you up? Are they turning a blind eye to whatever their family is doing?
Right.
I think it depends more on their reaction and how your relationship together spins after that.
Okay. Well, let us hear it.
So
this is your brother's
mother-in-law. So my brother's wife's mom.
Okay.
So we are at family dinner last night for my niece's birthday. She turned 5. It was adorable.
Love it.
So we've got, both of my brothers, their significant others. And then we've got my stepmom. We've got my sister-in-law's parents are there. And I haven't seen my sister-in-law's parents in probably a few years. It's been a while.
Okay. Been a minute.
It's been a minute. And, I look a little bit different than I did a few years ago.
Snatched.
I look.
You look good. Let's do it.
Wait for it.
Let's do it.
You're going to be mad.
Oh,
this is going to be so fun.
Mad. Okay, go for it.
So my sister-in-law's mom, she's walking up and she's like, is that Brooke? And because she at first almost doesn't recognize me.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, it's so good to see you. I was like, oh, it's so good to see y'all again. And she's like, oh, you were blonde before, because I have my brown hair now. And I was like, oh, yeah, I was. She's like, oh, and you were thinner. I told you. And I was like,
thinner.
And I was like, maybe. And she's like, oh, no, you were. Just like,
what? She doubled down on it?
She doubled down on it. And meanwhile, I've got my niece and my nephew across the table from me. I've got my other niece on the side of me. So I can't really have a strong reaction.
I want to choke you or say something, but I actually can't.
I don't know how I didn't pop off.
You know what the thing though, just to kind of pause on that?
Yeah.
I do remember when you come back from Uncle Joe, Grandpa, whoever will always make some effed off comment about
Some
who you're dating, who you're
backhanded
not
comment.
dating, your weight, the way you look, what you're doing, what you're not doing, job, education. It's like, can you stay in your lane? I have not seen you in years.
Exactly. And especially that type of comment.
It's like,
why?
ouch. Yeah.
Like, why even bring that up?
Right.
Also, it's not like you're just like skinny mini over there. Like,
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
All right. There we go. Sorry about that. So she says this, and you're like, I kind of want to strangle you, but the nieces are watching.
And this is the beginning of dinner.
Yeah.
They just walked up.
Oh, no.
So I'm just like, cool.
Holding. Okay. Hi.
I'm going to hang out with kids now.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to talk to you for the rest of the night because, ooh.
Oh, no.
But
Did it get better?
No. I mean, she didn't say anything else like that out of pocket, but they did say some very like baity things. Like it was just, but you know, like I've dated some people that their family, they're absolutely wonderful. They are amazing and they're so like welcoming towards me. I've also dated people that it did not feel that way. And especially mother-in-laws.
No.
Ooh.
That is sad.
It
well,
is.
I don't know. I just feel like you can, and sometimes you can't go anywhere. You're stuck.
You are.
You're like, I got to stay the night. I got to finish this dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We got dinner to serve. We got presents to open. We are here.
I am with my partner's parents and I've just got to get through it. Yeah. Sometimes that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think the best thing to do is just to, talk to your person.
Yeah.
See how you can, be polite about it. Either would you want your significant other to say something?
If it was something like that, I would want them to.
Yeah.
I would hope that, like, if they did not directly hear that comment,
hey, Aunt Tammy.
Whenever I brought it up to them, that they would reassure me, but then also have a conversation with that person and be like, that is not acceptable.
Right. I agree to that. Like, come on, you got to have boundaries and respect the person that you're with, and just have, honestly, I think that's what we lack is that social etiquette, Yeah. Not, trust me, I have a pretty quick mouth, but I'm also just like, you can't always say everything.
No.
And what you're thinking in the media. And it doesn't give you, just because you're older.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you a hall pass to act like an asshole.
It's, it's one of the things that I talk to you about a lot with dating, that I am constantly lecturing men, that it's not roasting if only one of us is laughing.
There you go.
It's just bullying.
It is. I agree. And, that's the more you know right there.
The more you know.
Well, are you excited about the holidays coming around? I
am. I don't have big plans. Well, I have my cookie decorating party.
You do?
I'm so excited about that.
Are you?
Yes.
Anything fun, different, something to look forward to?
So I'm going to be making 2 batches of cookies this year. I'm also going to be making 2 batches of caramel. So it's going to be a lot of work, but I think I'm going to try to come up with some type of fun little cocktail.
Nice.
I'm going to get different things to decorate with. I don't know. It's going to be real cute.
I love it. I can't wait. I look forward to it. Yeah, we're taking a pause on the holidays. I mean, we're celebrating them, of course, but due to getting married literally the weekend of Thanksgiving and then doing our honeymoon over Christmas, it's kind of tied into that. So,
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it, but nothing, anything.
I mean, y'all are going to be on vacation and just in newlywed bliss.
And, I'll actually be, I'll have some family here for the holidays, Thanksgiving. That I'm actually looking a lot forward to, because I haven't had family come visit me like that here in Austin for a holiday in a long time. So definitely stoked about that. And then again, I love Jason's family so much, and we have a good time out on the beach and doing a little Christmas and cutting up and having a good time. And then after that, I'm gone in Tahiti.
Deuces.
So, but other than that, my back home family is so sweet, so kind, but definitely more on the chaotic side to where I feel like I need a break from the holiday break, which I'm sure other people can understand. And sometimes you just got to keep it short. You got to keep it limited. I just know my measurement now. And now that I'm an adult now, and I, can spend money to either stay longer or leave earlier and not feel bad about it.
That was my favorite thing that I did around Christmas last year was, this might be an asshole move.
Go for it.
But with my siblings and my nieces and my nephews that are all very young, like let's see, the oldest of them at Christmas would have been 6. And they're 3. Yeah, they're young. They're little.
Okay.
And it's not their fault. And I love being around for the magic of Christmas at that age.
Love it. This is my favorite part.
I did not stay at home with my family. I got a hotel room.
I do love that.
So that Aunt Brooke could sleep. And I slept so well in my hotel room that night.
Well, you know what you want to hear? When I went back to go visit my family in Florida, and I did it for one night. He's like, you know what? I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to stay at my sister's house with my nephew, see my niece, doing the whole air mattress thing. And baby, this 40-year-old back now I'm stiff as hell. It wasn't working. And I need, that's a whole nother episode. White noise fan, air at a certain level, blankets, pillows, the whole thing, bottle of water next door.
Not a child screaming.
Not a child screaming, waking up early, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
No, so I checked out for the rest of that week and found me a little cute hotel, motel out in Florida and just said, you know what, this is what I'm doing. And they were like, we're not mad at it. So that going forward, I think that's just what I'll do.
See, and that was the funny thing was like the day that I got there, because my siblings had got there like a day before me. And so they stayed an extra night before. And I think it was like my stepmom that was like, oh yeah, one of the kids was up until 4 a.m. screaming last night.
So the picturesque.
So she's like, I get why you have the hotel room.
Right.
It's like,
she's
I made the right move. I made the right move.
Take me with you.
Pretty much.
And you want the like cozy fireside, late night Hallmark and whatever vibes.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that's not reality for everyone.
No.
So, well, all right. Well, there was our ho 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 holiday edition. And I hope you had fun.
Yeah, this is a blast.
Isn't it? I love it. So anyways, well, that is it for us on our second episode. Brooke, thank you for coming. Thanks for participating.
Yes.
And thanks for keeping Austin queered. I'm sure you'll be on future episodes and different topics to look forward to. So can't wait to have you again. But that's it. So we're out. Have an awesome day, you guys. And again, don't forget to keep Austin queered.